You look so tall and mighty. Hi guys, welcome back to the Adventures of Mandy and Major. I'm Mandy, this is Major over here, and today we're going to talk about some things that you guys need to know about owning a Shiba. A lot of people are asking me a bunch of questions of how to care for one, where to get one, and all of these things. So I figured that I would start a series here with Major with everything that you need to know about how to take care of a Shiba Inu. Are you going to tell them or am I going to tell them? They probably want to hear from you, to be honest. They don't want to hear me talk. They're actually good with smaller type places, and it's actually more suggested more to get them. So if you do live in an apartment, that's actually the perfect living condition for a Shiba. If you have a area with a big yard, so to speak, and you think that you need the Shiba to run along and play, that's also okay. However, make sure that they do have a collar on, make sure that they do have a leash, because Shibas are very feisty, and if they have a big yard, they will find a way to get out of it, no matter how they need to do that. One thing you definitely need to know, if you're a type of person that has a lot of crowds, or a lot of people coming in and out of your house, that's probably not the best idea for a type of, for a Shiba. Shibas are actually shy dogs, and they aren't that comfortable with loud and noisy areas. So if you live somewhere with a lot of roommates, so let's say, or if you have just a big family and you guys, a lot of you guys kind of live together, that might not be the ideal place for a Shiba Inu to live. Typically, Shiba Inus are meant for people who either have maybe just one other roommate or they live by themselves, a lot smaller. Because Shiba Inus do tend to get a lot of anxiety, especially if they're around anything like loud noises or like hectic areas, crazy environments. If you throw parties at your place all the time, it's probably not necessarily meant. Major, he's not really a party dog. Just loud noises, if somebody knocks on the door, sometimes he gets scared, So if you are in that type of living environment, I would recommend maybe looking for a different dog or, finding some sort of way to make that a solution, because putting a Shiba Inu in that type of environment, knowing that they're uncomfortable with it, isn't usually the best decision. Oh, I'm sorry, was I not supposed to stop? This is a daily routine. I'm just gonna hire somebody to just pet you, because I don't have the time to constantly pet you for like 24 hours a day. I'm gonna have to hire somebody, be like, I just need you to pet my dog. I'm now hiring people to help, pet Major. I'm not capable of petting him 24 hours a day, and his royal ass needs to be petted that many times a day. So when I'm at work and I'm gone and doing other festivities, if anybody is interested in said position, please let me know. Another thing you need to know as well for Shibas, cleanliness. So they're actually very clean type of dogs. From my recent video, if you looked at my Shiba Inu puppy video, if you don't, just go look at it. Go watch it real quick. So if you don't know, Shiba Inus, they like to keep themselves clean. They like clean environments. They don't like to be in messy homes. So if you are a messy type of person, definitely find a way, at least if the dog is staying in a certain area, like their crate or everything, make sure that it's clean, make sure that it's, sanitized, make sure it's not super crowded for them, make sure, that they're in an environment where they feel comfortable with, because you don't want them to get, again, they're huge on anxiety. I'm kind of in the middle of something. An apartment is the best type of place for a Shiba. It's their ideal living environment. 2, if you do have a roommate, that is okay, but you need to remember that if you, bless you, oh my goodness, I know, I think the whole world heard that. If you are living in an apartment and you do have another roommate, that is okay, but just remember, if you're the type of person, let's say you're a college student and you guys throw a lot of parties or you have a lot of people over at your place, they get extreme anxiety with that, and it's not something that they're really comfortable with. So if you are not willing to make some of those sacrifices, then I suggest getting a different type of dog, maybe a dog that's actually more social for towards other people, and that might be a better option for you. Another thing, number 3, if you have a big family or a lot of roommates, or your place is just a hectic environment, there's a lot of stuff going on, there's a lot of noises, I would not recommend getting this type of dog. They are extremely sensitive to sound, they're extremely sensitive to pitches, and they're extremely sensitive to the amount of people within a living space. That's why they like to be in a more quiet area. They're not extreme social dogs. They are dogs that like to keep to themselves, and they usually latch onto that one odor, and that's it. So just please keep that in mind. Please don't try to adjust them to that environment. Typically, especially if you don't get them as a puppy, they're already probably, not used to that, and it's just not a good idea. And not to mention, you can't really force a dog to adjust to an environment that is not ideal for them. There's a specific reason why that they have a certain environment they need to be around, and why they cannot be in the other ones, or why the other types of environments or areas or the households are not good for them. So don't try to change that, because it's not something that's necessarily changeable. There might be some sort of adjustments, maybe if you do have some gatherings here and there, or if you do have 2 roommates and they're more, on the quiet side, or maybe if they do come in, they understand that you have a dog that can get anxiety or it's kind of stressed out. So there are some minor things that you could probably do to adjust, but if it's just a craziness in your household, or you have so many people in, please just don't get a Shiba Inu until you're ready, until you're able to have a place where they're more comfortable in, because you don't want them to be uncomfortable in any way. And number 4, let's say you are needing, you have to go to work, or you need to leave the house for a certain period of time, and you have to put, your dog in a crate. If that is the case, please make sure that the crate is a bigger size for the dog, because a lot of people get crates that are too small for their dogs, and then they're cramped up, and it also does eventually start to affect them health-wise. So make sure you have a decently sized cage. I recommend probably getting a large type of crate. Even though they are kind of small dogs, they're medium-sized, I would get one that's large, because that's usually what they're more comfortable in. They can kind of move around a little bit, and they don't have to be all cramped up and in a confined space, and that would stress them out extremely as well. So you want to make sure that you get the right size for this type of dog. And if you have to keep them in a crate, please make sure that the crate is clean. Please make sure that if your dog happens to urinate or there's feces, please keep up with it. Not only is it a severe health concern for any dog, but it's also the type with Shibas where if the crate is not clean, or the blankets are not clean and stuff like that, they will not go in the crate, and they will be stubborn, and they will sometimes refuse to go in. And that can be very hard to deal with, especially if you're first starting off with getting a dog, and you might not necessarily know how to handle the situation. So just make sure that things are kept nice and orderly for them, because you wouldn't want to be sitting in a gross, smelly crate in a confined area for hours either. So just keep that in mind. Alrighty, so that's about all I have for this video. We are going to be making this into a series, so if you guys have any questions regarding living environments, please make sure you comment below. I will try to answer them as much as possible, and we will continue to let you guys know how to take care of Shibas on certain topics each time. So if you like this video, go ahead and let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos of Major and our adventures. We will be posting every Wednesday of silly Major videos, whether it's him howling, doing all sorts of zoomies, doing all sorts of weird stuff, because he's a very unique pup. So definitely subscribe if you want to see more of that. And we both want to make sure that you guys have a majorly great day. Bye!